Krishna.
Yeah, I'm happy and everyone today is being here and we have the special guest Manidhara Prabhu. It's given this wonderful and special melody and vibration and coordinating. Thank you. Like always. And now we have lecture till 4:30. And after we do Pushpanjali and little Arti and Boga and Prasadam. Thank you. We have small drama for the children just to start with. It is just for 5 minutes. It is first time we are trying all of us and we see how it's going to be in the future. Hare Krishna, thank you.
Hare Krishna.
You start with drama now? No.
Yes, you make Prabhu words. Yeah.
Drama now?
Yeah.
So first of all, I would like to thank actually Bhakti Nema and all those who actually make this possible, that we can even sit here. This is not normal. This place actually shouldn't be here according to the laws of material nature. It requires a special spiritual endeavor and spiritual inspiration to actually make this facility available for special days like this one, which is called Gaura Purnima. So Gaura Purnima is celebrated especially in Bengal. It's amazing, it's not celebrated all over India for one simple reason. Even we know Lord Chaitanya appeared 500 years ago as a hidden avatar. Why is he called a hidden avatar? Because Krishna is appearing in so many forms, which are generally, especially in India, well known. In India, everybody knows Krishna, everybody knows Lord Ramachandra, everybody is very informed about various incarnations of Krishna. But Lord Chaitanya's appearance is not like especially South India, and it's not so common, it's not so known. Why? Well, because Lord Chaitanya appeared as Krishna in a very special form. He actually appeared in a form of a normal-looking devotee. Usually Krishna can have a very spectacular forms to appear. I mean, Lord Ramachandra appeared in a form also as a human being, but he was greenish, with green color, fresh green grass. Normally you don't meet people like this. Though it was very evident, oh, this is special. Krishna can appear as a boar, he can appear as a swan, he can appear as a horse, he can appear as a half man, half lion. Very distinctive forms. But appearing like a normal devotee, people may say, well, we would hardly notice it's God. And why is he doing that? So the reasons for Lord Chaitanya and his appearance is announced, but also in a very selective form. You find his appearance being mentioned in Srimad Bhagavatam, because actually all the incarnations of God must be mentioned. Nobody can come up and say, I am the incarnation of God, without being mentioned in the scriptures. So Lord Chaitanya is mentioned in the scriptures, but in a very discreet form. Because he appeared for a very specific purpose. Actually, there are more purposes. Krishna always has more purposes to what he is doing. But Lord Chaitanya appeared like one of the purposes is to find out how his devotees are feeling when they are worshipping him. You may say, but he's God, he must know. God knows everything. No, there's one thing God doesn't know and doesn't want to know, generally. And that's why we are worshipping him. because that decision to worship God is completely voluntary. You cannot force people to worship God. There are people trying to do that. With all kinds of political and violent means. You must worship my God. I don't want to be too specific because immediately some people get offended. But there are people trying this all the time. From whatever religion you see, there was violent attempts to make people to believe in the same way I am believing. Except actually the Hindu religion. You don't find much of violent invasions. There's no record of Hindus invading other countries, making you Hindu by fire and sword. But all others did that. The cruelties committed in the name of religion are beyond description. It's so horrible that actually people become atheistic. They think actually most of the wars fought on this planet were because of God. So this is bad. And it is bad. It is bad. Because God is God. God doesn't have a nationality. He doesn't have a passport. He doesn't belong to anybody. God is God. He's independent. It's called Atmarama. He's completely self-satisfied. So why does he appear as Lord Chaitanya? What kind of need he has to appear like that? Because he's curious. You know why? Because Krishna noticed that whoever worships me becomes so ecstatic, becomes so happy, and becomes so satisfied. And Krishna goes, how is that possible? So he appears like a devotee to find this out. That's one of the reasons. And another reason is he's appearing to establish the Yuga Dharma. There are different yugas, different ages, and God is worshipped according to the scriptures in different ages in different ways. There is Satya Yuga, Dvapara Yuga, Treta Yuga, and Kali Yuga. We are now at the beginning of the last age, Kali Yuga. So in the first age, God was worshipped simply by meditation. People were so pure, they could just sit down, close their eyes, and meditate about God. Just like that. While you try to do this in Malmö today, you may end up being a little bit disturbed. I was just sitting in a car. Some gentleman with a brand new BMW car felt compelled to step on a gas and have the car roaring all over the Malmö just to show what big car he has. How do you meditate in such an atmosphere? It's very difficult. It's actually impossible. So that's Satya Yuga. That's the first age. People were actually all like yogis. They were all completely pure. The next age, it was more difficult. So God was worshipped by great sacrifices, grand sacrifices. You offered gold, opulences, opulent temples, just by riches, because the society was very, very rich. That we cannot do today either. Today somebody brings a flower, somebody brings whatever he can, just to maintain a little preaching center, a little place to worship God. It's not easy. Not easy. In India, a little bit different. People are very pious. In the West, there is not one temple of this movement, I don't know, and I am for 50 years walking around, which is not in trouble. Not one single temple in Europe. Maybe England, maybe. But again, there is lots of compromise sometimes made to maintain these places. Because very difficult. So, so that was offering, big offering, very difficult in the next age. Next age, God was worshipped mostly by puja, by worshipping the deity, his form. That's also very nice. But even that we find today very difficult. Very difficult. There's a certain regulations, there's a certain rules and regulations how to worship God in the temple. Who knows anything about this? And even in India, such a degradation took place. In India, it's common nowadays, it's still established that whoever looks like a priest, he must be a priest. Well, really? Not really. I am very happy about India because actually people woke up more and they start to ask questions. Are you priest? Yes, I'm a priest here. So why are you smoking? Why are you eating meat? It's in the scriptures stated priests shouldn't do that. And then priests are, going, don't ask these questions. This is sinful. Give me money. Yeah. So people don't believe this so much anymore, even in India. Even it's sad for me to see how easily people get cheated. This is really sad. Srila Prabhupada, my spiritual master, was furious about this. He was known being very, very heavy. And this kind of heaviness he inherited from his spiritual master, who was attacking this kind of hypocritical class of people so heavily that they tried to kill him even. Yeah. So this is the line I'm coming from. I cannot imitate my spiritual master. I tell you, I cannot be as heavy as he was. He was very firm. Like Brahminical classes symbolized in India, they wear Brahminical string, which you chant a special mantra on. Prabhupada said, this string you can buy for few paisa in any shop. Anybody can dress like this. Actually, as a matter of fact, anybody can dress like anything. So that doesn't prove anything. Prabhupada was insisting, you show me by your action. You show what you are doing. His spiritual master said, when the words and action are in completely tune, then chanting of Hare Krishna is possible. Really. Now, we would be a little bit embarrassed. We would have to wait, really, because sometimes we catch ourselves. We chant Hare Krishna, but we sing something else. What to speak of people who chant Hare Krishna, but they do really something else. It's difficult. In Kali Yuga, very disturbing. So to bring these things in tune, not easy. But Lord Chaitanya appeared to make it very easy. He said, in this age, no yoga. You cannot even sit down peacefully for a few minutes. Take it easy. Prabhupada make joking about these yoga clubs in the West, He said they meditate, 10 minutes meditation, and then cigarette. Must come, because it's so, the word yoga in itself, most people don't even know what it is. They just think this is a gymnastic, physical exercise to lose weight, or I don't know, but this is not really the meaning of yoga. But it's called like that, and there are mechanical processes, but they all are in scriptures exactly described, and they all aim in the same side direction. To make you finally be able to focus your mind on God. That's actually the direction all the yoga goes. So this is important, not some other purposes. But people change things, that's Kali Yuga. So there is yoga very difficult. Offering big riches. Only very few on this planet could do that, really. Like I can mention the Birla family in India. They are one of the richest people. And they have it coded in their family since generations that every year they must open a temple of Vishnu, otherwise they will get poor. So they are opening temples all the time. In India, it's still wonderful to see how temples. I just saw a recording of a new temple in Ayodhya being opened, Temple of Lord Ramachandra. Wonderful. I mean, it's just wonderful to see it. Actually, you know what the law is in India? Mr. Modi, he issued a law. I think every year 5,000 new temples in India must be opened. It's by law. He didn't specify what kind of temples, but just the idea in itself, well, you don't find these laws in the West, you know, yeah. Here they make laws that every year 5,000 of atomic bombs must be produced or something like that. That's the law in the West, you know. So it's still wonderful, such things are happening. Still offering big riches, how you know, what people cannot do that. So that doesn't work. And then worshipping the big temples, worship in the temples. I already mentioned, it's troublesome, especially in countries like this where people are largely atheistic. It's very difficult. In India, you can steal some examples of that still. It's wonderful. But still, it's difficult. So what can we do? Lord Chaitanya appeared for this purpose. He said, in this age, Harinama, Harinama, Harinama eva kevalam, kolam nasti eva gatir anyatha. That means in this age there is no other process. There is no other process, and there is no other process of spiritual advancement as chanting of the holy name of God. So this is the message of Lord Chaitanya, and he showed it by his example. You will never find Lord Chaitanya sitting down and giving big lectures. You will never find Lord Chaitanya discussing very much philosophy with people like this. No. No. Just chant Hare Krishna. Now people think, but this is simple. No, this is not only, this is simple. But when you do it sincerely, you realize, one devotee I can mention, he asked Srila Prabhupada, my spiritual master, Srila Prabhupada, you said Krishna consciousness is so easy, so simple to practice, so simple. You sit down and chant Hare Krishna. Prabhupada said, yes, but I didn't say it's easy. Now you may say, how can a simple thing not be easy? Why? Because we are not simple. You know, people always try to think, what is the Hare Krishna? What is this? What that? What that? People have so many questions. What is it? Why should I do that? You come on, just tell me. So we are inviting questions, of course, but not of the challenging type, and they must be progressive questions. Not if I should do that. The question is, how shall I do that? And then you sit down and you start to chant Hare Krishna mantra, you soon realize, no, it's not easy. You try to just chant. I was recently in a Swedish school, you know, and then they asked me, you know, what we are doing, and you know, and what is it, and very nice school actually, international school in Lund, very nice school. And then and I show them our chanting beads. Okay, that's how we chant Hare Krishna on our Japamala, you know, yeah. And they were going, how do you do that? And I said, well, we chant on one beat, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Then we go to other beat, it's 108 beats. And they were like, 108 times, Hare Krishna. Wow. And I said, no, but we chant 16 rounds like this a day. And they were like, impossible, that's impossible to do. It sounds actually quite difficult. I remember myself starting chanting Hare Krishna on beats. I remember exactly, I was 18 years old. And I remember immediately how the trouble started. I was thinking, yeah, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Easy to remember, you know. So I started. And then I went to the next beat. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. And the next one, Hare Hare, Ram. And I listened, I realized, well, I'm not chanting the whole thing anymore. I forgot. Oh, suddenly I just start to focus more. It wasn't easy. Then I realized to chant one round like this, was either very quick or very slow. I was going, why is it? Why? Because I was chanting Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, the touching of the beats was not in coordination with my chanting. So either I went too fast, I went too slow. I was going, oh. Then I realized my mind is completely confused. I try to sit down and chant Hare Krishna, and hear. Actually, the process is just to hear. But then comes the thinking. No. The mind should be forced just to think Hare Krishna. Yeah. But you go Hare Krishna, Krishna, and the mind goes, do you remember? Do you remember last year you were on holiday in Gran Canaria? On a beach? You remember? You think, no, I don't want to remember that. I want to chant Hare Krishna. The mind goes, well, that's your problem. I am just remembering something. And then you realize, oh, to control the mind, not so easy. Not so easy. And Krishna confirms in the Bhagavad Gita, very difficult. Arjuna is asking Krishna, how can I control a mind? It's like controlling wind. The wind is blowing. How do you control this? Yeah. It's Prabhupada, and Krishna goes, no, it's difficult. I admit that it's difficult, but by proper exercise and by sincerity, by sincere exercising, you can manage. So this is the process Lord Chaitanya brought. Chant Hare Krishna. Now somebody say, then happens what? Oh, you will see. When you chant Hare Krishna sincerely, things will change, things will happen around you. Like people always go, but you told me, and I can see that people are chanting Hare Krishna and they are happy. You know what happened to me? I chant Hare Krishna, I become more confused, more miserable. First of all, I realized my mind is completely out of control. That's not such a happy realization. And then I realized more. When I chant Hare Krishna, I realized I'm in a very confused, helpless position. Not only that, but I realized, my God, what was I doing in the past? I was eating animals. I was harming other people. I was cheating. I was lying. I was sinful. Horrible. Yeah, this is the sign of advancement. It's like a sick patient who goes to the doctor, and the doctor tells him, well, you have this and this symptoms of this and this disease. And then the patient gets sick. Now I feel even more sick as before. This is ridiculous. Yeah, but this is the first step to get cured. So when you keep on chanting, immediately, when you keep on chanting, these things become more cleared. Very quickly. Very quickly. Very quickly. Therefore, Srila Prabhupada advocated, we don't tell people about all the principles and rules which are going along the process of chanting Hare Krishna, which are going along the process to become Krishna conscious. People will become discouraged. They go, oh, so many rules and regulations. No, we tell people just first chant Hare Krishna. And when they start to like it, they go, this is actually nice. I remember I didn't understand anything about chanting, but I did it. And I realized I started to like it so much I couldn't stop doing this. Because whenever my mind was going crazy, and whenever I immediately started to chant Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, and I became very peaceful. The world outside, which was so agitating to me. I mean, when I was 18 years old, I was in such a state. I didn't like anybody. I didn't like anything. I mean, even today, I see it. I come to Malmö, I go, why are people living here? Really? I mean, to be serious, it's one of the most ugliest towns I know in Europe and the whole world. It's so ugly, it's unbelievable. It's just, look at this, it's just a brick wall here, brick wall there, some windows in it, that's it. The streets look so similar. I get always lost. I think, oh, this street looks like the other. If I would bring you to Prague, where I come from, it's like a one big museum, you know. Each house is different. Each house is decorated differently. You know, it's like a one big museum. It was built for hundreds and hundreds of years before it started to look like that. The central town, you know. So I think, oh, but even in Prague, when I walk around, I go, yeah, I saw this, yeah. And when I look around, who is happy? Who do you see? Do you see people on the street in Malmö going, ha ha, ha ha? No, not really. You know, everybody, oh, just, you know, just by looking at the people, you get depressed. So where's the happiness? Where's the meaning of life? What is a life? Actually, what is life at all? To go out in the morning from your flat to get some food, eat it, and go to sleep? That's it? Well, that's what animals and birds are doing too. Birds are also flying in Malmö every day, you know, and going, where's the food? Where's the food? And then they get some food, and at night they go to sleep. It's the same thing. So what actually, no wonder people are unhappy. Because they are missing the point. We all want actually happiness. But how to get it? Therefore we encourage people, please chant Hare Krishna. And on their own, by doing this, they will realize when I do that, oh, things become very tolerable, actually. The agitation doesn't come so close to you. It is still there, but it doesn't touch you very much. You know why? Because when you chant Hare Krishna, you will naturally more and more realize, I am not this body. That's a very pleasant realization. Because the body is constantly ruled, Aribhutik, Aridevik, Ariatmik. That means three kinds of miseries, constantly attacking this body. Miseries derived from the other living entities, from supernatural powers, and from the body itself, including the mind. The mind brings thoughts to you you don't want to think. You will think it, they will force you. You think this, you remember that. It's not pleasant. But when you chant Hare Krishna, these things will become distant. Because you realized, my consciousness is changing. I am not involved with this, really. And I don't have to be involved. I don't have to be involved. I don't have to be affected by this. Somebody comes and, I hate you. Yeah, that's your problem, not my problem. Why this should be my problem? I hate you. Well, yeah, that's okay. That's why do you hate me? I don't know. I just hate you. Many people are like that, you know. So you go, okay, that's your problem. What's this to do with me? What have I done? And you go chant Hare Krishna. And the more you chant, the more you become, actually, your consciousness will change. And you become happy, you become satisfied. And you become averse to destructive actions. You realize, no, I don't want to do this anymore. This brought me only pain. You know, people ask us, we follow 4 principles in Krishna consciousness. You know, no meat eating, no illicit sex life, no gambling, no intoxication. People go, what? This is my fun. I stop doing this, I will die. What's the use? This is my fun, you know. That's what people do every weekend. They go out and, you know, when you find them basically doing these 4 things, or at least 2, 3 of them. So, you know, and when people ask me that, it's always so easy to ask them back, and when did you become happy by doing this? I mean, you yourself said that. No meat eating, okay? Let's start with this one. Will you take a knife and go out there and kill somebody to eat him? Will you do that? Most people go, no, no, no. Yeah, but you go to Ika and buy it right away there. You are eating piece of somebody. And that somebody didn't agree to be killed. Sorry. So what are you doing? But I have to eat something. Well, I'm eating something too. But I'm not killing like you are killing. It's simple. You don't have to do that. You don't need that. All these 4 things we are abstaining from, we don't need them. You can happily live without them. No intoxication. They write on their packages, this is dangerous, don't do that. And people still drink, smoke, anything. It's written there, you are dying. And they still do that. It's amazing. So you are buying your own death. It's great. And you are paying for it even. That's really ridiculous. If you would at least die for free, but you have to pay for your own death. I mean, how more ridiculous this can get? Gambling, same thing. You know that 99.9% of people are losing in a gambling, official gambling. Therefore, it's a good business. You know, yeah. And you think always, I will be the one who will win something. No, you will not win. You will be losing the whole thing, don't worry. It's cheating. So you get cheated and you pay for it. And illicit sex life? Well, sorry. We don't have to talk that much about it. How much misery you can get from that. From unexpected children appearing to so much emotional pain. It's actually, it's a kind of abuse in an illicit way. One way or another, somebody is abusing somebody. So do we have to do that? No. There is another form of sex life Krishna advocates in Bhagavad Gita. It's a sex life for children production. That's a completely different sex life. That's blessed. That's blessed. Krishna says himself, it's me. I am the force of that kind of sex life. Krishna says in the Bhagavad Gita. So sex life, child, no problem. Yeah. But this other thing is just abusive. That's all. So this is simple to explain. So Lord Chaitanya appeared to help us to overcome all these things. Very easily. You chant Hare Krishna and very quickly you will realize, no, I don't have to do these things. I don't have to live the life they told me I have to. And of course, you may lose some friends on the way. It's a fact. Because one thing, people sometimes take it that way, that Lord Chaitanya makes things so easy, and therefore it is so cheap. No, Lord Chaitanya wasn't cheap. Lord Chaitanya was actually very strict in his way, but he made the process so easily available. Just because you get let's say somebody offers you a loan, a credit, very cheap. You get lots of money. You know, you think, oh, this is nice. Somebody offered me lots of money, very cheap credit, minimum interest. It was very nice. Thank you. There is still one question left. What you are going to do with that money? Somebody may give you lots of money. What are you going to do with it? So because Lord Chaitanya made this process so cheap and so easy, it's not cheap. It's a price to it. Take it and use it well. This is the responsibility which we have. So we should actually be very careful when we chant Hare Krishna to also be very careful with the results which are coming. How do we apply them? And there is a clearly stated, if you chant Hare Krishna cheaply, just superficially, that's good. Any sort of chanting is good. But if you do it, you may not get the same result as if you chant it sincerely, seriously. Sincerity. There will be a different result. Like in this superficial, cheap way, you can chant Hare Krishna, you get benefit, but the results will come sometimes after many lifetimes. But if you chant sincerely, Lord Chaitanya made it clear, you can be liberated from this body and go back home, back to Godhead in this lifetime. So Srila Prabhupada, our spiritual master, as the ultimate representative of Lord Chaitanya for this Western world, brought this process to us. He was himself doing in the beginning nothing else as sitting in a park and chanting. I heard it already happened in Malmö, it's starting, or there's a plan for that. Just to go in Malmö in a park, sit down under a tree and chant Hare Krishna. I love it. You know why? Because it's exactly what Srila Prabhupada did when he started this movement. He didn't start it with a big building, so he had no money. Prabhupada had no money. He had no assets. But he had himself. The old man coming to America. So what did he do? He sat down under a tree chanting Hare Krishna. Just doing that. You know. Then police came. You cannot sit on the grass. There's a sign. Don't sit on the grass. So Prabhupada moved to the pathway on a hot asphalt. And he was sitting there, again chanting Hare Krishna. He didn't stop. Because his spiritual master told him not to stop. That was his mission. So on that point we are very, very hard-headed. We don't stop. But generally when we go, and I did it, I was just in Croatia, there's a special park in a city called Split, where devotees just do that. Whenever you go in that park, you see some devotees sitting under a tree and chanting Hare Krishna. You know, yeah. And then another devotee comes, and then some people come, we just stand there, look at it. What are they doing here? Oh. And then if you have additionally some prasadam, something nice to taste, offered to Krishna, well, that's very nice. Then people go, oh, this is very nice, I will sit here and listen. Just by listening, they make advancement. Just by listening. So this is how this movement started, you know. It was not starting in some opulent, offensive way. Just sit down and chant Hare Krishna. That's it. That's the process Lord Chaitanya brought. And then soon, those few who start to follow Prabhupada, they became so interested by chanting Hare Krishna, they realized something is happening here. I'm becoming very happy. So, so they brought once from a park, they were accompanying Srila Prabhupada, you know, to his little apartment. He had a little room he was living in. So they accompanied him to the room. And on the way back, they were thinking, but this chanting was so nice. Let's just chant even when we walk. So they were just walking from the apartment, you know. And as there were this little group of followers, you could call it, was chanting Hare Krishna, they start to dance. Naturally. Because it's musical. And then they looked back, and Srila Prabhupada was standing in a window of his flat, and he was like, he was completely in bliss, encouraging them, keep on going, keep on going. This is how this movement started. And this is the purpose of this movement. This is not the International Society for becoming famous, rich, or whatever. That you can do elsewhere. In a much better way, I would say, in a much more efficient way. This is the International Society for Krishna Consciousness. And Krishna Consciousness is instantly created when you sit down and chant Hare Krishna. This is the message of Lord Chaitanya. And then you realize that I have to stop certain things because they are disturbing the chanting. Why we are following these four regulative principles? Because it's disturbing to chant. Just imagine when you are drunk, when you are gambling, when you have illicit sex life, how do you chant Hare Krishna? You can try to do that, but not so easy. Not so easy. If you want to chant Hare Krishna, you have to just be very simple and very peaceful. You sit down and chant Hare Krishna. And it gets even better when we come together. Therefore, Prabhupada started this society for this purpose, so we can come together and chant Hare Krishna. Because you get more encouraged. When the other one is chanting, I'm chanting, this is very nice. So you encourage each other like that. This is the purpose of this society. This is the International Society for Krishna Consciousness. There is no other purpose. This is the main purpose. And wherever this is happening, that's where Krishna consciousness takes place, and that's where Srila Prabhupada movement is established. Now I hear it sometimes when I come to Malmö, well, we are just trying to do something, we are just few people, something small. No, it's big. Because the Hare Krishna mantra is big. Wherever people come together, and whoever comes, look at you, you are sitting now here today. Well, why are you sitting here? You could sit today, it's sunshine out there, you could really sit somewhere else. You could spend your time in a completely different way. Some other people, there are ways, yeah. Why are you coming here, wasting your time? Because there is some sincere idea. Because there is some idea, I will go there and I will have this kind of association. I will go there, I will chant Hare Krishna. I will go there, I will find out what is this. This is exceptional. Look how many people from all over the Malmö came. How many citizens is Malmö and how many are sitting here? So sorry to tell you, but you are exceptional. Just by sitting here. This is exceptional. This is not normal. Materially spoken, you shouldn't sit here. This is, you should just do something else. That there is a spiritual interest. And whatever spiritual interest is there, we should cherish it. We should be guarding it. It can come and it can go also. People start to chant Hare Krishna, they stopped also chanting Hare Krishna. And when you chant Hare Krishna, you know what happens? The covering goes away. People don't know it, but we are all covered. If somebody will tell you, you spent your whole life living under a blanket, probably you would say, what are you talking about? Where's the blanket? I don't see any blanket. But when you chant Hare Krishna, you realized I was living under a blanket. It was dark. I didn't see anything. And the blanket was limiting me in my movements. But when you chant Hare Krishna, you get more and more free from that blanket. You realized, my God, I'm a free person actually. And they will tell you, no. Stop doing this. You have to now do this. Listen. You have to pay your taxes. You have to walk. Get up in the morning, walk. Get up in the morning, walk. Get up in the morning, walk. You know what? Yes, Krishna says clearly in the Bhagavad Gita, to maintain this body, we have to work. Sorry, nothing is for free in this world. But not working like they do. You don't have to become such a slave. Working. Everybody has an idea. I have to achieve something. I have to be like this. Sorry to mention it, but especially when I see ladies, I feel so sad. Young girls already, they are indoctrinated. You have to look like that, and you have to dress like this, and to paint like that. And you ask them, you like it? No, but it's the fashion, we have to do that. And what is fashion? Money. Somebody is selling something again. And men do the same thing. Do you have a big car? No, you don't. Why not just make life easy? Simple. Eating, sleeping, mating, and defending can be very simple. And much more cheaper as we think. But people think, no, it's very complicated. Even sleeping becomes complicated, you know that? People cannot sleep. What is more easiest to lay down and sleep? People go, no, I cannot do that. I'm so worried, I'm so concerned, and so disturbed, and cannot do this. This is so ridiculous. This is all cheating. So when you chant Hare Krishna, you realize more and more, we don't have to be part of this so much. And sometimes people think chanting Hare Krishna means you renounce everything. No. What is renunciation? Thanks to Srila Prabhupada, we got a complete different definition of renunciation what usually people think. People think you chant Hare Krishna, you renounce everything, get rid of it. You know, at the end, you have nothing. You chant Hare Krishna, you have nothing. This is not stated in nowhere. Actually, Srila Prabhupada said, renunciation means whatever you got, Krishna says in the Bhagavad Gita, whatever you eat, whatever you got, whatever you sacrifice, we have to sacrifice something, do it for me. That's the only change. You can keep it. Can you imagine Bhagavad Gita, Krishna tells to Arjuna, you fight this war, and at the end, being victorious, you enjoy your kingdom. Boo! It's pretty daring statement, you know. Because we connect enjoying to attaching. No. Krishna consciousness means we have the right to enjoy. Like nobody can deny that after this prolonged lecture, we will at the end take some prasadam. That's enjoyable. Thanks to all the cooks and everybody who prepared it, we can enjoy the prasadam. But it's authorized enjoyment. Krishna wants us to actually to enjoy that. But he says, be careful with the enjoyment. It can turn into something completely destructive. So regulated enjoyment, this is very good. All this comes naturally about when we chant Hare Krishna and study the mission of Lord Chaitanya. Lord Chaitanya came for a certain purpose, to purify our lives, to make our lives simple and happy. Krishna appears for that. And finally, to awake our original inherent feelings for Krishna, which can ultimately culminate that we really start to love Krishna. This is a level which I'm not going to talk about much, but such a level is there and it should be there. If somebody would 50 years ago tell me, I will sit in Malmö and like this picture and like this, I would laugh at him. You know what happened to me first time they show me a picture of Krishna? I remember I was 17 years old boy. I was going, who is this? What is it? It didn't mean one thing to me. I was like, what is this? You know, I was not born into this. It was completely strange. And they told me, this is Krishna. And they were so enthusiastic, everybody. And they were the same age like me. And they were not born into it either. I was going, what happened to these people? I asked him, how long you are in Krishna consciousness? I joined in Germany. I'm not a German, but I joined in Germany. The movement was around for 2 years. So the oldest practicing devotee in Germany was 2 years practicing Krishna consciousness. But these people were so enthusiastic, you cannot imagine. So convinced and so enthusiastic. I was going, in 2 years, you would give your life for Krishna. That was the mood. That is actually ultimately the mood. Yeah. So I was going, what happened to this? In 2 years, they developed this intensity of feeling, this intensity of devotion. And you know what they did? They just chanted Hare Krishna. And they were following the instruction of Srila Prabhupada. That happens when you touch something real. That happens when you become a real devotee. Your life will change. And it's a wonderful change. Srila Prabhupada said this movement is actually designated or to make people happy. That's all. And that's the proof that you are advancing. You become more happy. And you become more satisfied. And you become more detached from all those things which they tell you are very important. They are not so important. People saying, oh, let's die for Sweden. What is Sweden? Especially in Malmö, I would say, what is Sweden here? Did you ever met a Swedish person in Malmö? I don't know. There are not so many walking around here anymore. You know, I came to Malmö first time 1985. I think it was quite Swedish, more. Now I come to Malmö, I don't know where I am. It could be Istanbul, it can be anything. It can be anything. You know, so where's the Sweden? Oh, Sweden. Where's the Sweden? Disappeared. You know, this thing disappear. You know, I am this, I am that. That can all be changed. You know, I'm born in this country. I'm born in Czech Republic. I grew up in Germany. I lived in Sweden. Where is me actually? I don't know. The Swedes think I'm a little bit too German or too Czech. The Germans think I'm too Czech for them. The Czechs think I'm too German for them. You know, I don't belong anywhere. It's all just, please, look at my passports here, please. It's just a bunch of paper and plastic. There's nothing in it. But when you chant Hare Krishna, then you get the feeling, ah, that's me. Ah, this is actually me being happy. This is me actually having a life. I'm not pushed around anymore by some designations. So we don't ask people to believe this. We are not like in church, they tell you, believe, believe, believe. You don't believe anything. We just ask people, why don't you try it out? Chant Hare Krishna. Why don't you try to find out who was and who is Lord Chaitanya? We have books. We have so much information. We don't ask people to follow blindly. We ask people to get an information and be informed and try it out. Ultimately, it's voluntary. You came here voluntarily. Nobody was running around Malmö and said, you must go there. You know, no. You came here voluntarily, and you can leave voluntarily anytime you want. So this is the process. So thank you for coming, and thank you for me being able to speak at least these few words. I'm known for talking too long. I know that. So, you know, I was warned I shouldn't talk too long in Malmö because people come and sometimes they have to travel home for a long distance. I am trying to be more short. So thank you for listening, and let's follow this simple process of worshipping of Lord Chaitanya, chanting Hare Krishna. And there will be some Pushpanjali, by the way.
Yeah.
Ah, maybe you should lead it. You heard yesterday, Lord Prabhu comes from Lund. There is another center, there is a restaurant, we know. Hare Krishna restaurant, those who still don't know, please visit. And they had just a ceremony already yesterday on the same subject, same theme, appearance day of Lord Chaitanya. But you had quite long, I think, Pushpanjali, isn't it? Maybe we can cut it shorter.
Yeah, I cut short a little bit yesterday.
Yeah? Can cut it
If
shorter.
you see my outfit is Krishna West.
It's completely okay. This is, do we have the song? You need songbook for that?
I mean, I have on my phone.
You have on the phone,
Mm.
but nobody else has. No?
They don't need, they repeat word by word.
Yeah. So the ceremony, where's the manager here?
I think maybe there's a theater now or
Huh?
something.
Theater.
Theater.
Yeah, child program.
Theater.
Child theater.
What is it?
Children program.
Theater.
Oh, there is a little children drama now, which is also exceptional. That's not every Sunday here. And
Fråga Emma om vi ska sjunga eller om vi ska...
and then after the children drama is a little, it's called Pushpanjali. We shower Krishna with flowers. So, the children drama.
Ja, det är drama först.
Så de kommer nu då?
Srila Prabhupada can mention he was playing theatre too when he was young boy. He was playing Advaita Acharya. This is one of the associates of Lord Chaitanya with the beard. Srila Prabhupada was playing that. He liked when people perform these pastimes. It's going to be in Hindi or English?
English.
Huh?
English.
English. Okay.